Now let's look at an exam question. Sometimes students know concept of working out spheres, hemisphere, cylinder, but they don't try to bring the knowledge into answering the question. They just do things in disjoint. If you look at this question, for example, it shows a solid shape made of a cylinder. That's a cylinder and a hemisphere. And it's given to us that the cylinder and hemisphere have the same radius, but we don't know that. So we might need to work out the radius. And the solid shape has the height of 14, the 4, including the sphere and the hemisphere is 14 cm. The curved surface area of the hemisphere is 32 pi cm squared. We are supposed to work out the surface area of the whole solid, leaving our answer in pi. That means we are not allowed to use a calculator. Now, what we need to understand about this question is that we said curved surface area, according to the question, is 32 pi. Remember, the circular face of the cylinder is hidden. The top bit is hidden. The same is the hemisphere. Also, this circular base is also hidden. So when you're working out the surface area, we will not include the circle in the middle here because that is hidden. So we need to be careful about it. Don't just work out a cylinder surface area, work out the surface area of hemisphere and add it. You will overdo it. So let's go through it step by step. So curved surface area, we know, is 2 pi r squared. 2 pi r squared, that's the formula. But we've been given that as 32 pi. So which means these two should be equal. This is the formula. This is the exact answer. These two should be equal. So we equate the two and we solve for the radius because you need the radius in order to proceed. Making out the subject, solve for radius, you divide through by 2 pi, both sides. So you're going to have 32 pi over 2 pi. That will give you 16. To solve for r, you find square root of both sides, and square root of 16 will give you a positive 4. So the radius is given as 4 cm. Now, it says over here, the cylinder and the hemisphere have the same radius. So that means the radius for the cylinder is the same as the radius for the hemisphere. So let's put that in. So I have 4 cm going up, 4 cm going across. Now that we know the radius, we can now work out the height of the cylinder, which is 14 minus 4. And that is 10 cm. Now, we've already been given the curved surface area of the hemisphere. All we need to do is to work out the curved side of the cylinder and the bottom circular base of the cylinder, and we added two answers to the hemisphere, curved side of the hemisphere. So we start. The circular base is a circle, is pi r squared. So we put that into the formula. Our radius is 4, so that will give us 4 squared times pi, which is 16 pi. So I now know my cylinder base is 16 pi. Curved side. Curved side, remember in lesson 2, when you split the cylinder open, it gives you a rectangle. And the height will still be the height, but the length will be the circumference. So when you split it open, this becomes the circumference, that becomes the length. And circumference is 2 times pi times r. So 2 times pi times r is the circumference. Height is 10. Putting 4 as the radius in the formula, we're going to have 2 pi times 4 times 10 is 80 pi. Remember, we are not working up the top circle because it's hidden. We don't need that. So all we need is these 3 answers. So we need 16 pi, the cylinder base, 80 pi, the curved side of the cylinder, 32 pi, the curved side of the hemisphere. We add it up, and that will give us 128 pi. So the total surface area of the solid shape is 128 pi. And that brings us to the end of our lessons on surface area. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and hit the notification button so you'll be alerted of any video that I post. Thank you very much for watching.